Yo, 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 what's happening, people? What's good, guys? It's all about the Grinch rally, yeah? People talking about this Santa rally. We're on about the Grinch rally. How are we, ladies and gentlemen? I hope everyone is doing well. Coming down towards that countdown for that good old Christmas day. We need to maintain order in our mindsets first, ladies and gentlemen. Mad love and respect for everyone who's passing through. Yeah, Bitcoin to 1 million, Christmas Day pump. What's good, guys? Soul Extender, been a while, my bro. How you doing? Who's in the room? Pancho, you in here with us? Our Taz, my guy. David. Pattern Watchers, the Grinch. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's at. Okay, what we got? Who we got in here? Bull run, bear run, now we're in a reindeer run. Look at them, man, taking the mick out of the marketplace. Like, come on. Santa rally, what on earth is that? Okay, then, cool. All right, guys, we're going to keep it nice, short and sweet because I know you guys have been starting to get, spending time with your family. Mad love and respect for everyone who's passing through. I am a little bit late today, ladies and gentlemen, but you probably noticed that volume across the board is pretty weak. All right, so just be mindful, okay then? All right, so let's roll with it. Mad love and respect to everyone passing through to the channel. If you are new, God bless you for passing through. And to all my pattern watchers, let's have a conversation, guys. Let's roll with it. Okay then, cool. I am at my mother's today. Her internet isn't key because she won't allow me to install a certain provider because she's got beef with them. She hates them. But that's another conversation. So if it does get a little bit laggy, please bear with me, guys. It's not normally the case, but let's roll with it. Okay then, cool. So yesterday we saw this nice little pump to the upside. Happy days. Everyone's getting optimistic. Everyone's feeling happy. Everyone is loving life. Bitcoin's on its way to make some big moves to the upside. Cool. But we kind of need to pay attention to what's going on around key notable areas in order to really understand what Bitcoin is likely to do next. Okay? Now, as always, ladies and gentlemen, we like to work on understanding the market maker's behavior at key points in the chart. So let's roll onto the 1 hour time frame to understand where we are. Okay? So we've got price pulling back to the 50 EMA. Now, if price is going to hold this range right here, all right, we would expect them to bounce from this range and continue higher, all right? But if we profile what they've been actually doing in this range right here, then we need to really establish what are they trying to lure traders into a belief on? Are they preparing to go short? Because the vector candle, they've tried to make an attempt to the downside, but they haven't broken the 50 EMA. So that could be a good thing. All right. A lot of traders right now are looking at the golden cross of the 50 crossing over the 200 EMA. That's a great time to get traders committed and put their liquidity in the charts. Now, listen, guys, I have no objection with Bitcoin going to the upside. All right. I also have no objection of Bitcoin going to the downside. I've got no problems with that. Because quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I have no preference to price. I only care about what price is doing, okay, at certain points of value in the charts. So what we understand is the following. Market makers, they've been pushing price higher. We see 3 hits to the high. All right, here's your third hit. 1, 2, 3 hits to the high. The green vector candles have been present in the chart and they're moving price higher, yet they're not coming back up above this point right here. Naturally, we do expect to retrace because we've got this big W formation that could actually play out. But how long will the W formation play out for? We've got this big pool of liquidity right here that they may like to visit during the short term. Remember, guys, this is a short-term day trading strategy. All right, this W formation isn't going to be the reason that Bitcoin goes to 100K. Don't get me wrong. I would love it if that was the case. But we need to understand what's going on. All right? Its volume, the volume, sorry, is light across the board. And that's really important to understand. Because if we're not seeing the conviction of price coming in areas that we expect it to, then we might have a little bit of a problem. Yeah? You can see what they're doing above these zones on the 1 hour time frame. Look at the wicks. They keep spiking up, pulling back, spiking up, pulling back. They've pulled back now to the 50 EMA. The pattern watchers themselves, as watching this W formation, naturally expect a retrace because it's the first retrace back down away from the range that they've tried to come away from. Okay? but we need to be really, really vigilant in the sense where we need to see a clean tap of the 50 EMA. I want them to consolidate in this area, because if we're going to see this infamous Santa rally, okay, we need to see the true conviction of market makers stepping in and trying to break above the previous zones. The problem that I've got, ladies and gentlemen, is they're working the retracement of this wick, of this red vector candle right here, and they're doing it sooner than later. All right? If they can recover this red vector candle, move higher, and they can close above the daily open with conviction, then happy days. We would then expect them to move higher and try and recover this previous zone right here. But the problem that I've got, ladies and gentlemen, on the 1 hour time frame is I'm not really seeing that conviction coming in just yet. Volume is light across the board, okay? People are finishing up, getting ready for Christmas. You really want to be cautious about trading in these sort of environments, because we could see a lot of fake movement to the upside and then they surprise us with a drop in price. Look at this. Look what's going on right now. You can see it. They're coming up trying to recover that point to hold on the daily open. They've been holding the daily open for the past, what, since the Asian session, since the open. They came down, came back above it, came back down, tried to test away from it. Happy days. They moved away from it, stop hunt rise, and they pulled it straight back down with aggression. You've got to be very cautious with this, okay? Drop down a time frame. Let's look at the 30-minute time frame. What can we see? We can see 3 hits to the high. 1, 2, and 3 hits. The 800 EMA on the 30-minute time frame seems to be acting like a resistance. This is a fast move out of the range, and their spiking behavior is giving me a cause for concern. In order for them to continue higher, we would need to break above the 49,500 zone with conviction. The problem that I've got is what if they actually break above the 49K zone with a green vector candle and there's no follow through with the green vector? That's what's concerning me. These red vector candles right here look like they're getting ready to just dump, offload price, and potentially come and try and test the 200 EMA and recover some of this liquidity in this range right here. So we've got to be very cautious about this. Okay? Santa Claus is coming. It's the Grinch, guys. It's the Grinch. Be careful. The Grinch. Okay? Be cautious of the Grinch. Drop down some more time frames, guys. We're just trying to profile the understanding of the market maker's behavior. You can see perfect M formation right here. Failure to break above that zone. 50 EMA price coming back towards this zone. There is a lot of confluence coming into play right here, guys. We will know where we stand if price can break above the daily open and the 50 EMA. Okay? Until it does that, ladies and gentlemen, I would not be even considering favoring price to go higher, because I'm not really seeing any vector points right here for them to come back up towards. All right? Yes, there are wicks in the chart, but they could even try and come back up one more time and spike in this area here and hit yesterday's high. There are many instances right now because we're waiting for them to show their hand. All right? They are below a moving average on the smaller time frames, and when you look at the higher time frames itself, they aren't actually anywhere else. Look, they're below the 200 on the 2-hour chart. That's important. They've tried to break above it, they've tried to test it, and they've pulled straight away from it. That's not a good sign. 3-hour time frame, same again. Big wick on the 3-hour time frame, spike below the 13 EMA. So they're holding within the 5 and the 13 EMA on the 3-hour time frame. That's important. All right? 4-hour time frame itself. Spiky behavior. They're wicking the highs more than they're wicking the lows. The start of a next 4-hour candle will make sense. The 1 hour, 1 hour and 15 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? If this 4-hour candle doesn't finish positive, then it's likely that the start of the next 4-hour candle may try and recover some of this wick. So please be cautious, guys. The blue vector candle on the 4-hour time frame may be a zone that they try and come back towards. All right? So proceed with caution. Okay? Let me pull up the Bookmap. Hopefully it works well right now. No volume on the 4-hour. This is what I mean, guys. Volume across the board is lacking. So just please proceed with caution. Don't trade for the sake of trading. All right? Here we go. Bookmap. Okay. Bias futures, perform selected update. Okay, that's fine. I need to get rid of all of these here. That's fine. Cancel. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. And then, cool, get rid of that. Okay, so this is Bitcoin's Bookmap. So we need to understand where the liquidity is at in the charts. What have we got? There's a lot of liquidity at 49.2 and there's a lot of at 50K. All right, but I haven't got the full data on this chart. But now we're seeing 45, 42, 40. Over this past week, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about this, and they seem to be adding the liquidity in these zones right here. Got to be careful. It was at 700, the 45K zone. It was at 700, but now it looks like they're starting to add a little bit more. 40K had 500, and now it's got 689. So that's really interesting in the Bookmap. Volume, look, it's not good, man. There's no imbalance in the Bookmap itself. So we've got to be very cautious with what's going on. Here we go. 4 hour trying to come back up above the daily open. That's good news for us. We just look at it on the higher time frames. See, no clear definitive direction right here. Look at the wick on the 5 hour time frame, 7 hour time frame coming straight back up. Trying to hold this 50 EMA on the 7 hour. But the problem that I've got, ladies and gentlemen, is the daily time frame where it's still below the 200 EMA. All right, still below it. And that's a problem. A big problem. 45-minute time frame, what are we seeing? Coming back up, testing the 50 EMA on the 45-minute time frame, holding above the daily open. That's good news for us. 30-minute time frame showing us where we at. We actually just did the 30-minute time frame a moment ago, so that's not a problem. Yep, so we got the 800 EMA as a resistance point in the chart. The M3 pivot point seems to not act as a support zone, okay? So then we could imply that the M3 pivot could lead us towards the M1 projected zone, which would sit at the psychological low for the week and bring us all the way back down to this range. So we've got to be very cautious. If we do break this range, then it's happy days to the upside. If not, then we are expecting price to drop down lower. So we've got to be careful, guys. We're trading in light volume, guys, so just proceed with caution. 5 and 13 EMA have crossed down below the 50 on the 15-minute time frame. The 15-minute 50 EMAs, the 13 EMA on the 1 hour time frame, so you've got to be cautious with that. As always, on the 1 hour time frame, all right, you're waiting for the 5 and the 13 EMA to show direction above or below the 50 EMA. You can see now it's pointing downwards. It's coming downwards, okay? It needs to turn back up for us to validate that we're going to see price going higher, because you want the 5 to cross over the 13 EMA on the 1 hour time frame, and you want both those moving averages to expand to validate a move higher. Look, you want this to happen. Where is it? Here we go. See the 5 EMA right there? Crossing over the 13 EMA and expanding out. Look, expanding. That's what you want to see. Until we get that, ladies and gentlemen, there is no reason to even consider going long with Bitcoin right now. I would anticipate and hope for all my guys that favor higher prices that this pullback right here is the retrace level 1. That's what I would like it to be. So then we can, see nice movement to the upside. But we've still got this problem. We've still got the 800 EMA. The last time Bitcoin hit the 800 EMA, it saw a massive bleed to the downside. All right, so we need to be cautious. And on the 1 hour time frame, it has been a long time since we hit the 800 EMA. There's the first test of the 800 EMA. All right, that broke it, but that's the first test of the 800. It dropped. This, by principle, if Bitcoin can go higher and finish in and around the 800 EMA and break up, if it can't, then we would naturally expect price action to drop, because every time it hits that 800, it always does something quite monumental. So please proceed with caution, ladies and gentlemen. What have we got here? Good short term, bad long term. Yeah, Bitcoin one's chart indicating a rally to 98K. Wonderful. Cena, don't trade Bitcoin down, but watch it. Watch the exchange leverage token for price swings. They are market makers, even if Tino disagrees. No. John, I don't disagree. The Bitcoin down chart has to have some form of liquidity in it. Trust me, I agree with you. SPX looking clownishly good. What the hell is up with that? If you can shine a light on it. Okay, so the SPX, all right? The principle is this, right? When stocks go up, they say that Bitcoin itself was be deemed as a hedgeable asset, to minimize your exposure, all right? So we anticipate that if dollar is rising, then everything against the dollar should be dropping. Okay, so gold should be dropping. All the pairs, currency pairs like GBP, Euro USD and what have you, they should be all going against the dollar when dollar rises. But when dollar drops, all right, it means that investors are starting to turn towards, you know, risky, less risk assets. All right, so they want to try and protect themselves. So then they naturally turn to gold. All right, so then let's have a look at gold then. So where is gold? This is gold right now. Gold is tanking. All right, gold is dropping badly. All right, so principally, dollar should be rising. There we go. So dollar is actually moving up. So risk is back on. Or is it? So if Bitcoin is going to follow dollar's behavior and move up with dollar, because we've seen in the past that when dollar drops, Bitcoin rises. Just look. We have seen it. And the weird thing about it is sometimes we see a disparity where gold is rising, dollar's rising, Bitcoin's rising. Who's going to break first? You know? You can see dollar yen is like trying to break up higher. Is there any news announcements coming out right now? Newscraft, here we go. Let's have a look. Is there any news place coming out right now for Forex? What have we got? Here we go. Consumer confidence. So that must mean it's actually up right now. Consumer price index, where is it? Oh, 6 minutes time. Consumer confidence index is coming in. All right, so if we got a good figure, then dollar should then move higher. If we've got a bad figure, they're actually preparing to go short. All right, which would imply that gold is likely to be setting up for a move back up if the result of the consumer index itself is negative. Okay, so we just need to sit tight and wait for that. Whilst we're waiting for that. All right. So I get what you're saying about them manipulating the price of futures to grab all the liquidity, but how does that work for spot? Spot looks the same. They supply the liquidity across the board. Some things they're allowed, some things they're not allowed to do. Okay. Bitcoin was seen as a hedge. This is now false. It's now March 2020 disproved this. Okay, fair enough. Lots of liquidity above the 115 mark. Yeah. I need to wait and see what they do with the news announcements that comes out for gold, because that could be a market mover itself. It's the only bit of information that could come out today that could actually move markets. So in 6 minutes time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to know where we are with the existing home sales and the consumer confidence. All right. So let's see. What's that? So final GDP, gross domestic product, was up 2.3% quarter on quarter. We're going to wait and see what they have in store for us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to bring up gold. All right. I'm going to split the charts. I'm going to bring up gold. We're going to bring up Bitcoin. Okay, because Bitcoin seems to be stalling in this range right now. And we're going to look at dollar yen just to determine exactly where we are. All right, so here we go. Big movement. If this is the play that I think they're going to do. 3 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. They've spiked the daily open and Bitcoin. That might be something important to consider. And they've rejected it quite badly as well. Got to be very careful. Hey Tim, Matic has many green vector candles today. Can you give your analysis on this, please? Yes, I will look at Matic. Give me a second. How long we got before the next news? Okay, so 4 minutes. I can talk about Matic for a few minutes. Here we go. All right, so Matic gone way beyond the range daily high and the range weekly high as well. All right, so let me extend this. Here we go for Matic. Problem is, this obviously may be a little bit of a news play. All right, something may be happening with Matic. I haven't looked into it to find out why. But trading away from the daily open, when we hit these range daily high, range weekly highs themselves, ladies and gentlemen, all right, you got to be careful because these are potential reversal points. We've got the M5 projected zone because the M3 pivot, M2 zone showed support. They come up to the M4 pivot, happy days. The M3 pivot showed support, and then they've just initiated a continuation to that range, okay? The final fake out upwards, we've got to recollect that wick, in my opinion. That's speculation, of course. It's crazy how all the markets correlate with each other. That's the sad thing, ladies and gentlemen. When all the markets correlate with each other, that's a problem. All right? Everything is traded against the US dollar. When dollar is rising, Bitcoin rising, gold is dropping, something's got to break. Okay? Something needs to break, man. It's not a safe environment to be in when everything is all moving in one direction. All right, let me look at the SPX for a second. Here we go. Ugh. All right, so you got two gaps that have been filled. One that needs to be filled. All right. We've got this one gap right here that gets filled with another gap, and we haven't filled this gap right here. We've got vector zones right here across stocks. We've got the 800, the 200, and the 50 all coming together. So it's a turning point right now for the S&P 500. We've got to be very careful with it. How long we got? 2 more minutes. Let's get our charts up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get Bitcoin up. Let's split the charts back down again and keep an eye out on what's going to happen. Here we go. We've got gold on the left side, and we've got dollar yen on the right, and we've got Bitcoin in the middle. Let's just keep an eye out on what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the news announcements, and you know what? Something may not happen. That's the sad truth. Nothing may actually happen with this news. But if they're going to try and move price in a certain direction, if they want to get it to a certain zone before the end of the year, then today would be a good opportunity to do that. All right, so we just got to proceed with caution, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye out on what's going on. Here we go. We've got that information right there. Well, we got existing. It's actually deemed as a big mover here. Existing home sales, they're saying that's a big mover, and the consumer confidence is not so much. All right, so we just need to wait and see what happens. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Principally, if the news is bad, gold would then recover back up. All right, it's what Bitcoin does that I want to pay attention to. Let's have a look at the Bookmap as well at the same time. Let's see what they do with the Bookmap. I'm going to reduce this down right here so you can see clearly what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to compute that right there. I'm going to bring this up here just to establish what they're going to actually. I'll bring it down here with the Bookmap. This is gold right here. We're just trying to establish what they're going to do. Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 1 more minute's time. Let's see. Look, gold is coming back up. Dollar's pulling back down. What's Bitcoin going to do? So who do you think Sunday Bitcoin? Here we go. News has come out. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Gold's recovering. Are they going to respond to it? Gold's moving up. Dollar's moving up. Bitcoin's stalling. Bookmap not showing anything. Gold's moving up. Here we go. Dollar's moving. Dollar's recovered the wick, but gold is also moving up as well. News hasn't come out just yet. Here we go. What have we got here? I need to just keep that on the chart right there just to keep an eye out. Bitcoin, 48,860. Let's see if the 48,800 zone's going to hold. Gold's sharp. Here we go. News is out. News is currently out. Volatility coming into the charts, ladies and gentlemen. What have we got here on the Bookmap itself? Lots of liquidity right there. A lot of liquidity at 4,800, 750. Bitcoin's sharply moving. Dollars bouncing up and down, but we are on low volume as well, guys. So it's any man's zone. No reaction. Good news for USDT. Can we get a meme stock take? This stock's been shorted big time. We can get a big jump in on the price. Keep it going. Con, whatever. Okay. We're waiting for the reaction. The reaction's not actually coming into the chart just yet. Dollar's just doing exactly what it did earlier on. It's what Bitcoin does. Come on. There's a flow of liquidity coming into the charts. Here we go. What have we got here? Give me that figure. What are we? We're still 1 minute in. Okay, existing home sales is down. Okay. Sentiment is positive. Okay, then. So let's see how they react to it. Bookmap's not really doing much. Bitcoin isn't doing anything. Gold's coming back up, but so's dollar. I hate that. Gold's moving up quite aggressively. Bitcoin sharply moves down. What's going to happen? Come on. Show us your hand, man. Team, with such low volume, isn't the market maker supposed to introduce higher price targets in order to moon boys to believe we're going to 100k again? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Gold's recovering that red wick. Gold may be making the move. Bitcoin's pulling back. They've rejected the daily open. It's all or nothing at this point, ladies and gentlemen. Bookmap is pulling back. Big pullback right there, the delta. This, look, it's too wide. Look, volume is so wide in this range, man. It's so light. Look at it. Look at the bubbles themselves. It's just going crazy in this area here. It's not consistent. Gold sharply moving up. Dollar's rejected that range. I just need to try and just make sense of this here. Here we go. Orders at 48,600. That's by principle where this is right now the US Brinks session as well. They've got the Brinks box currently playing out with Bitcoin and, of course, the dollar. Gold is sharply coming back up, man. Dollar's pulled back. Bitcoin's pulling back. Where's the sentiment going? Grinch is calling. Yes, the Grinch is calling. It is a microscopic view on Bookmap. That's true. This is where the liquidity's at on Bookmap. 45, 42, 40. That's the range right there. I'm just looking just to try and get the momentum plays. I'm looking for how they're moving price on the Bookmap. Gold's doing very well. It's holding that range. Dollar, Bitcoin's coming back down. Dollar's coming down. Come on, dollar. Bitcoin needs to break this range at least to come down to the 200 EMA to test. But it's all about who's going to give first. Even if the news is positive for Bitcoin. Sorry, the news is positive for dollar. Is it going to go in line with their expectations of price? Building the longs above key, shorts above the key notable 114,250 mark. Spiking up, don't like it. Patrons, you'll know what this is. FTD, that's what it is. Bitcoin pulling back sharply. Gold's holding its range. We are likely to see lower price action if Bitcoin can't break above the daily open. Gold's rising back up, man. They're not liking that news. It's what they naturally expect at this time of year, man. Everyone's feeling confident. Bitcoin's pulling back. Dollar's pulling back. So bad that is. Here we go. Order books coming down towards, 4,800. 48,000. We've got 77 Bitcoin. 88 has just been added. Okay, there's a lot of liquidity that's just come into the Bookmap right there. All right, is that going to be a spoof? Are they going to hold that order right there or not? Gold, what are you doing? Coming back up to recover that red vector candle like clockwork. Total made a giant W, but we need to retrace about 2 trillion to find out the pattern. Wouldn't you say? That's correct, Cena. That is correct, my friend. Here we go. Look, it's getting fast. Here we go. Gold's coming. Right, they're holding gold. No, gold is actually coming up. Bitcoin seems to be making the move. 4,800. Sorry, 48,300 right there. Aggressive, man. Look, there's a lot of liquidity right here that seems to be static in the chart. So we're going to wait and see if they are actually going to take and attack that range right there. Looking closer, you can see there is an influx of orders, limit buys down at the lows right here. Not much happening in the limit sales up here. They're favoring lower prices. How did the Grinch get... How did he, man? That's the question. Okay, then what have we got? Gold is still holding there. Dollar's coming back. They may recover this green vector candle and dollar. But Bitcoin's pulling back as well. Best case, Bitcoin is bouncing between 46.9 and 47. Quite frankly, 88 Bitcoin is not much in light of the order book. Okay, because you can see they're absorbing liquidity here, 27, 50 and what have you. It's when you start going down in the charts and you can see that we've got 101 Bitcoin here. You've got 593 Bitcoin right there. 577 at 42. And then you've got 689 at 40k. Here we go. That's got darker as well. Here we go. Bitcoin coming down. Dollar's coming back up, but is gold dropping? Gold's pulling back ever so slightly. Looks like we might actually get the continuation down. The pattern might actually come into play. We need to be mindful of it. Dollar needs to break above last week's high. Look, liquidity's coming in now. Here we go. Dollar's moving. Bitcoin looks like it's coming down lower. Is gold pulling back? Yep. But how long is it going to hold for? This is the question. Coinbase selling a lot of Bitcoin. 36 right now being sold in one order. Lots coming in also in exchange. Crazy XRP fine flipping. Okay, here we go. 48,700 key notable area. They've rejected the daily open, ladies and gentlemen. if they, with the rejection of the daily open and the 50 EMA, we understand something. Bookmap liquidity has been taken off. So there were spoofs right there. But they're still holding this 48,300 zone. Very important. Dollar still hasn't broken above that range. It looks like a bit of a manipulative move right here, guys. No problem, man. All right, what have we got? Because dollar yen sometimes is seen as a hedging asset as well. I've been watching dollar yen and gold for a very long time, and the disparity between the two gives you inklings to understanding where traders are at. Well, of course, you can use the dollar index itself. That's no problem. But my preference is I like to use dollar yen. Because always that beef. This is what mass adoption gets you. The same money in traditional markets is now main money in crypto. It's not a hedge anymore. Just another batch of our traditional markets. I agree with you, Lewis. I agree with you. All right. Delta. A lot. 83 Bitcoin right there. 48,300. Still holding. But guys, it's quiet across the board, man. That's it. We've had our news announcements for the week. There's nothing else going to be happening. Doesn't look promising at all. Here we go. Now, dollar hasn't actually done anything just yet. It's just come up and recovered the wick completely now. Okay? Need to look at gold. Gold is preserving its gain right here. That's important. But Bitcoin's moving down. Here we go. It's coming down. Bitcoin moving sharp. 5 minutes. What we at? New 1 minute 10-minute candle coming in. Daxton, thank you very much for being a member, man. If you are new to the channel, guys, show some love. And be sure to like the stream. And also, if you want to download the indicators that we are using in this channel, you can get them free of charge. Just make sure you check the chat. The link at the top of the chat is access to the website. So you can actively download the indicators. And there are a couple of playlists in the channel that will tell you how to use these indicators. So you guys are in line with what is being said in the streams, guys. All right. Here we go. 55 at 48,500. Are they building the shorts above key notable areas? Need to actually break down the chart on Bitcoin to understand what's going on right here. That's a 15-minute time frame. Let's look at the 20. We just had a new candle start. No, not new candle. New 10-minute candle starting. Here we go. What have we got? Failing to break. Look at that. Confluence right there. No break above the daily open. 50 EMA. Rejection. Now, this is the testing point. Are they going to hold this range? 1 hour candle. No clear conviction. Failing to break above the 5 and the 13 EMA. 5 and 13 have crossed over now. 5 EMA looks like it's starting to expand out. 13 EMA, the same story. They may come for a whole test of the 50 EMA, so we've got to be careful. It's this next candle that's going to make the difference. 2 hour chart. 48 minutes until the start of a new 2 hour candle. They've recovered the violet vector and they've pulled it straight back. That's important. And there, here we go. This 3 hour candle right here. Already starting to try and recover this previous wick right here in the 4 hour. That's the most important one. 48 minutes until the start of a new 4 hour candle. That's going to make the difference as to whether Bitcoin continues higher or not. Because then they'll start working the previous wick for a few moments, come all the way down towards the 48,600 zone, which will then bring us towards the liquidity. That's getting more. Here you go. They've added another 7 Bitcoin to the 48,300 zone. Okay, those orders were spoofs. They came in. They're going to now test this range right here to get the same interest of traders at that point. Bookmap is imbalanced, showing a little bit of an imbalance to the limit sells, so that's why they're pushing price higher. But 75 Bitcoin at 49,200, not really showing much there as well. Here we go, big delta. Wow, big delta coming in at that point. No volume. No volume. Look, candle's not showing it. Oh, big play. Hold on, let's look down. Cut in there. 10-minute time frame, still holding. 7-minute time frame. Stop hunt rise. US brink session coming back down. Rejection of the daily. 50, 200, 5 and 13 EMA not above the moving averages. 5-minute time frame. What have we got? Recovery of the red vector candle. Recovery 50%. It's the daily open that has been rejected with the stopping volume candle. That's cause for concern. It needs to try and bounce away from that point, but it's trying to hold it. 4-minute time frame. Big red vector candle. Sharply recovers that previous zone. That's a big intention right there, man. 3-minute time frame. Pointing downwards. Trying to test the 50. 1-minute time frame. Away from the 50 EMA. Back down towards it. There it is right there. Rejection of the daily open. Now we're waiting to see if this is the moment of truth, guys. We've got this big green vector candle right here, which they may even try and come and attack, which will sit at the 48,500 zone. Bring up the book map. Where do we see those liquidity pools? Right there, 4,800. There it is right there, 48,500. They've just added another 100, where it is 112 Bitcoin has just come in at 48,300. That's important. They're adding liquidity lower. That was just earlier, it wasn't that bright. Now it's dark, a much darker red right here. There it is, look at that. Massive orders in there. There's a lot of liquidity sat in the chart right there. Okay. Not as much as what 49,000 zone right there is 97.34, but there's 112 in this range right here at 48,300. So this is going to be, it's going to be interesting. Yeah. Nothing is happening. That's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Low volume, but liquidity is coming into the charts. It's just a drift upwards. Yeah. All I can say to you, ladies and gentlemen, is be cautious. Be very cautious with what's going on in the charts. Okay, so the cup with handle principle is this. Yeah? So the cup with handle, the low volume should be here. And volume should be lighter here. These are the 2 points where the volume should be lighter. Yeah? Should be coming up aggressively here and aggressively here. Which, when you look at it, is what? Big volume to the downside, trapping the retail traders to go short. Slows down in this range, shifting out of the zone, coming up here, inducing the retail trader that the direction has changed. Market makers taking the liquidation points for the guys who went short. Brings it back down again, shakes out all the retail traders with the belief that this move to the upside was now going to stop. Encourage the retail traders to change direction to go short again because they think it's going to go down lower. They bring price down, stall, and then they shift out of the zone. Green vector candles to the upside. Here we go. Bitcoin's dropping. It's coming down. Come on. Make that break. It's rejecting that zone. If we get a clear rejection of this range, ladies and gentlemen, and the 5 and price trades below the 5 and 13 EMA on the 15-minute time frame, we are likely to come down towards this vector point, which is on the 1-minute time frame, and they'll test the 200 EMA. Looking at Bitcoin on the book map across the board. Here we go, 48,700, 48,300. Still got the hard liquidity right there. There's no liquidity right there. It's only small orders in the chart. That will be your retail traders. Get rid of all of those orders right there. That's where the liquidity's at. The bigger liquidity is coming in this area here. So you got 48,500, 109 Bitcoin, and 112 Bitcoin at 48,300. All you're looking for, guys, is if Bitcoin can break above the daily open and the 50, be mindful that if it does decide to do that, it will have to go up, retrace, take the liquidity from this area right here, continuation to the upside with conviction. But even then, even if it does come up to this range right here, it would then probably initiate a third hit to the high. All right? Because you got 1, 2, 3 hits to the high. Yesterday's high is there. Okay? But until that happens, ladies and gentlemen, we are pretty much in a stalling factor right here. So you just got to be very careful with this. You don't read books, you watch the charts. It could go up, ladies and gentlemen, because volume is light across the board. People are irrational. People want action. They will make the retail trader believe that price is going to go higher. But until Bitcoin breaks key notable areas, look, it's tried to test the daily open once and it's failed. It's broken through it, tested it once here, came away from it there, but it's broken down aggressively at this point. The daily open is always going to be a point in the chart where they will know where they stand with traders' commitment. All right? But if they don't break above that range, that is a cause for concern, because all day yesterday, Bitcoin, well, all day today, Bitcoin has been trailing up above the daily open. Everyone's been optimistic about Bitcoin's behavior. Santa rally, happy days, 100K, 1 million Bitcoin, crazy price predictions. But then when it comes down to the daily open, it's coming down aggressively. We're not seeing the same aggression to push price higher. The reason we're seeing the green vector candles appearing is because they're building the shorts above the key 49 zone. So we've got to be cautious of that, ladies and gentlemen. They've got to make the retail trader believe that it's going higher. And sentiment across YouTube is already saying that. And that's the sad truth. You know? So at 48,300, when price starts moving up, we should see an entry point. I'm learning. Maybe. But look, it's the key points in the chart where they make notable interest come in. Look, 49,000, big red vector candle breaking down lower. 49,000 breaking down lower, tapping the daily, coming back. They tapped the daily, but they traded away from it. This could be just a standard drop, retrace, continuation to the downside. Because where else is there in the chart where they're going to induce traders to step in? Or should we say, where else in the chart is the liquidity sat at? Look, the liquidity's there. Lots of money for the market maker to have. Do you think he's going to make your Christmas, ladies and gentlemen? No, he's going to make his before he makes yours. Okay? He's going to give you money so that he can take it off you. That's why I say to you, always pay yourself. Your chart stinks, bro. You know what? My chart may smell. But you know what? It stinks of paper. I'll tell you that for a fact. You know? Let's see. Come on. What's dollar doing in the meantime? Dollar's broken up. Gold is still holding. Don't like that. I don't like that. Gold is moving up. Dollar's moving up. Bitcoin's moving up. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Something's going to break. Is it the Grinch or is it Santa? That's what it is. You know? Ah, man. Here we go. All right, Bitcoin coming up. It's the daily open. Guys, if they keep testing the daily open too much and not follow through, they're marking up. They're preparing something here. Look, keep an eye out. Look at the Bookmap. Marco, mad love, bro. Look. See, look at this now. 4,900. 106 Bitcoin coming in. There's a lot of liquidity there. Limit principle is, limit sales get triggered. They come through with it. All right? And break higher. But just because the liquidity's there. Look, you see how it's disappearing? This could be a trap. You may be seeing traps in the Bookmap itself. Ideally, you want to see it break through. Dollar's rising. Bitcoin's rising. Look, this is light volume, ladies and gentlemen. Gold's still holding. It's a sign. It's all about what Bitcoin does in a sec. Hold on. I'll get Ethereum up for you. Look, they're not coming up here. 83, 80. Look, the orders are being taken off. Look how it's disappearing. That should turn. This should be the point it turns back down. Because if they're dumping orders and taking them off, this is where it turns back down. Is that a trap? Come on, let's see if it does turn. They just had that liquidity there and now it's disappeared. 83? Well, what's going on? I don't believe that, man. Yeah, of course. But we're going to trade momentum. That's all I care about. I trade momentum. You have to be aware of the spoofs. Of course it's spoofs. Yeah, trapping the retail trader. Look, done. Pulling back. But it's not, that's what I mean. It's just fake behavior. Six hour looking not good. Book trap. Nah, this ain't no book trap, I tell you that. Come on, I want to see him hit it. I want to see them actually try and take that range. If they don't, then of course it is spoofy behavior, but we're observant of it. We're aware of what's going on. We're not thinking, yeah, it's going to go to that point. Dollar's pulling. Dollar's doing well, man. Gold's still holding. I don't like the fact that gold is not going anywhere. That's too fishy for me. Because money needs to be coming out of gold and going into risk on assets. Something's brewing. I don't like it. Cass, man, how you doing, bro? Overcautiousness will never let you buy. Well, the cliche to that is you don't want to get yourself in marginal trading positions. We're about waiting for the momentum to come in. And just look at where we are, guys. It's Christmas in 3 days' time. Market makers are at home chilling with their families. They're letting the algorithm run. And we're here like little rats trying to scurry whatever we can. These are the times you don't trade, in my opinion. Orders are being trapped in this range right here. People are getting trapped. Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. You just want a quick trade. I get that. Peru, how you doing? How you doing, Africa? What's good? Can you please explain how regulation on crypto works? Well, they're trying to regulate it. Yeah, until they can work out how it will work. I think that they'll start cutting out leverage. That's the first thing they'll do. Just leverage. That's where I think it's going. Because they did exactly the same to Forex. There were loads of brokers out there pushing out. You can open an account and trade with 1,000 to 1, 2,000 to 1 leverage. And they needed to stop that. So now it's like 30 to 1. I think across Europe, 30 to 1. Across the seas, I don't know what that is. Here we go. Look at this move. Look at that, man. Trapping traders. Making the belief of it's going higher. That's spoofing, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Rejection, man. 112 at the 4,800, 48,300 zone. Sad days, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin ain't breaking above that daily open or showing signs of. Okay, 5 and 13 EMA are flat. There's no volatility in the charts, ladies and gentlemen. That's the problem with this. And we could be seeing volatility starting out. Where's gold? Gold's coming back up now. See, that was a little bit of a clue right there. Let's make the assumption. If dollar pulls back, Bitcoin is dropping as well, and gold comes into play, all right? You've witnessed how gold has been holding this area right here. Dollar's been rising up, so they may not have been finished with building the shorts in this area right here. That's on the assumption of what we see right now. Okay, in the next hour, it could be different. All right? Tino clueless. No Mario flag on chart equals fake profit. There is no Mario flag on chart. I don't even know if you're trying to take a stab at me there, bro. Here we go. Big delta coming in. Big sell-off right there. They trapped the traders in this area here. Now they're coming away from that point. Dollar's pulling back. Gold's pulling back up. We're waiting for the pattern to come into play. 200 EMA. That's what we're waiting for. See, if we look at Bitcoin on the bigger chart of where we are. Just look at what's going on. Just get rid of this. If they can't break above the daily open, and the 50 EMA is acting as the resistance, they've come to test it, then we're going to see price go down lower. The liquidity is there for them to take. That's the problem. You know? Tino, we broke out from Mario flag, going to 100k. We broke out from Mario flag. Where's the Mario flag? Where was the Mario flag being drawn? Oh. Bro, my liquidation price is 49,700. Should I sell or hold for a new drop? That's on you, my bro. All right. Quite frankly, liquidation points at, hold on, 49,700. Your liquidation point is at 49,700. 49,700. I mean, look, quite frankly, my friend, 49,700 seems like it's a bit of a distance away, okay? You really want to start paying attention to your liquidation point when price actually comes up above the daily open, the 50 EMA, and then starts trying to attack this range right here. But until that happens, we ain't seeing that behavior just yet. I'm expecting price action to go down lower. That's what I'm expecting. We've got a green vector zone right here. This is just a drop, retrace, continuation down lower. Look at the volume. It's starting to falter off, and it may start rising to the downside right now. I'm sticking with my pattern play. We've got the M formation up here. They've been profiling shorts above the key 49 zone, and we're waiting for them to just pull it back down. That's the thing. Gold is coming straight back up. Dollar's pulling back down. Sentiment is there. I mean, look, that's where we at. That's what I say. You know? No financial advice. It's just me being articulate on the charts. That's all it is. There is no financial advice here. Gold's coming back up. Dollar's pulling back. But I'm trying to establish disparity right here, man. They're in the playlists. Russell, there's a playlist called Understanding the Hybrid. It's all there. Are there chances of going back to 42k? The same question is, are there chances of it going to 100k? All we need to care about is what it's doing right now. 42 is too far away. But look at what's going on. The 48,500 zone. 48,300, 111 Bitcoin at the 48,500 zone. Principally, if it does break the 48,500, a vector candle would be present in the chart. Look at that. It's getting fast. Bitcoin's moving fast right now. Turn. One of these is a vector. One of these has to be a vector candle. Not just yet. It's a 1 minute time frame vectors. Here we go. Red vector candles. 48,600. Here we go. Liquidity's moving now. Let's get the Bookmap up. There it is. Waiting for this liquidity to get taken. 200 EMA hit on the 10 minute time frame. It's getting aggressive. Here we go. 112. Pay attention to 112 right here. It's taken off. It's sharp moves, man. Sharp moves. They're adding to 48,500. Principally, a vector should be appearing in that point. 112 Bitcoin right there. It's starting to slow off, but they're adding in that liquidity right there. The Grinch, yeah. 700 Bitcoin futures at 48,700 zone, okay? Look at this sharp retrace back up, man. Don't like that. Whoa. Dollar's pulling back. Gold's moving up. They're trying to work these ranges hard, man. They're just wicking out, coming back. Wicking out, coming back. Pull up on the 1 minute time frame, look. Here it is right there. Pulls away from the 50 EMA. 1, 2, 3 hits to the low. Big blue vector candle. Volume is not as much as what this one is. Is there a continuation down, or are they going to just try and spike the 50 to pull it back? That's what we need to wait for. Got the liquidity down here. Green vector candle. Don't be fooled by this yet. Sit tight. Dollar's moving back up. But it's light volume, guys. That's what I mean. It's crazy. There's absolutely no volume, so people run away from the markets. It's a big drop. No one left to liquidate, either move price up or market stays boring. Principally, that's it. That's the thing, guys. It is low volume. People are chilling with their families right now. That's what it is. Trying to make sense of price action when there's no volume, you're not going to see the convicted moves from certain ranges. So this is a lesson for you all to understand, to be careful when you're trying to exploit price action in these sort of plays. Look what's going on. Yeah? Very treacherous. 28 minutes. Look, recovered completely that range. The daily open, need to bring up the 15-minute time frame, puts things into perspective. There you go. Daily open right there. Spike up, pullback. Spike up, pullback. It's sad days. Blue candle does imply a reversal, okay? But because it's not reversing from a significant point, all right? It's a stop in the trade, because what's happened is a load of traders have decided to go short at that point. Blue vector candle pumps price back up again and hits the liquidation points for all the guys who are trying to take advantage of shorts. All right? Look, liquidity's just faltered up here. Nothing's happening up here. It's all down here. 113 at 48,300, 109 at 48,500. Then they've moved 113 up here, so they're trying to get closer towards price. Book is imbalanced by 12%, favoring limit buys. Gold still holding, dollars still holding. It's such a terrible range to be in. Supply run. Okay. Fair enough. You can call it a supply run. That's fine. I'm cool with that. People call it pennants, Toblerones, triangles, whatever. I'll just stick with the business model. But you know, to be fair, supply run, vector candle, it is the same principle. Because there's a supply of liquidity coming in. Market makers prepping the shorts. See, you know, got a guy that thinks XRP is the new world currency and will overtake everything, even Forex. What's your thoughts on this? It seems laughable, but his reasonings are banks buying. Well, look, if banks are buying it, all right, set aside the idea of what it could become. If the interest is there by banks to be buying XRP, there's some things happening. XRP principally is going to resolve the issue of the speed that the way we get money. That solves a big problem. So if they think that XRP is going to be a problem for banks, well, eliminate that problem by buying as much of it as you can so you can command what happens with it. Happy days. That's my logic. Normal retail isn't buying 50k Bitcoin. That's true. That is very true. Because when we looked at the glass node yesterday in last night's stream, we saw that when Bitcoin hit euphoric points in the chart at 63,064 and then it went to 67. Notably, there was no euphoric behavior by retail traders because no retail trader is holding that much Bitcoin at those points. They're not trading it at those points. They're not buying it at 67. They may buy a little bit of it, but it's institutional traders, whales, market makers, you name it, that are trading cryptocurrency right now, Bitcoin for the matter. You know? True. That's true. I've been giving Christmas presents all year, man. We did that giveaway. We gave away 7 Trading View licenses. Do all sorts. But we'll sort something out. Where's the recovery? Well, you're saying it like as if it didn't recover any of the wick. Knowledge serves that it did recover some of the wick. But because you can't see price anywhere near that wick right now, does it mean it's not? Because we'll be asking the same question. Is it going to go beyond the wick if it recovers it? Guys, it's light volume. You know? What is price showing you? Look at the higher time frames. Price is still below the 200 EMA. It's contained in this area. There's no price action. For scalpers, it's happy days. Happy days for scalpers, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, gentleman won the Ethereum. That's it. Thoughts on Bitcoin cycles? All wicks recovered except 40k. The limited edition trainers, yeah. I heard Shiba's going to be the world currency. World for an ant. Let's have a look at some altcoins. Let's see what's winning. Top players today. HNT. Nice. Look at that. Daily time frames. Look on the 1 hour time frame. What have we got? All at the range daily high, range weekly high. Be careful, guys. Blue vectors at the highs as well. We understand something about that. Aave, again, beyond the range daily high. 800 EMA. That's really important. They've come back to the 800 EMA, so something may happen from this point. Deviation away from the 50 EMA is quite notable as well. So we could expect a bit of a recovery depending on what happens with Bitcoin. CRV curve. There you go. Range daily high, weekly high. It's taken the whole market with it to the moon. Okay, currently in a scalp 100x long from 48,600. Matic, where we at? Gone beyond the range daily high right there, guys. Be careful with Matic. See, there you go. Result of the range daily high. Phantoms come up, spiked up, and pulled it back down. Could see a continuation. If you are in trades, ladies and gentlemen, and your coin's moving higher, just be mindful. Until the 5 and 13 EMA are starting to break down, there is no reason for you to really consider the direction of your trade itself. But I will say to you, pay yourselves at all times. All right? Don't leave money on the table. Ren seems to be doing the same behavior as Bitcoin. Well, should I say big push up? 1, 2, 3 hits to the high. Render token, same story. 1, not so clear. Got the zone right there. Red candle, green candle formation, but no follow through. 1 hour to speed, pick your brain. To be honest with you, crypto, I was going to do something like that, and I'll still do it. I'll just wait for Christmas just to get out of the way. Just do something after Boxing Day, and I'll put it out there. I'll do like a random moment in the stream where I give it away and speak to someone. 2, 3 people can pick my brains as such. We'll do something like that. Okay, so range daily high here. See, nice clean patterns on DOT. All right, coming up to range daily high, coming up towards the previous liquidity pool right there. Engine coin, range daily high, rejected that zone. Let me just pull up the totals chart itself. For the altcoins, nice continuation up. 50 EMA, pointing upwards, 200 EMA. Ideally, I want to see the 800 cross down below the 800 and the 200. So we're not out the woods just yet. But it could be a nice little run up to come back up towards this liquidity pool right here. M2 pivot seems to have been confirmed across the altcoins, and we're seeing a lot of liquidity coming into those coins right now. Total chart with the exception of Bitcoin, resistance at the 800 EMA on the hourly, so be careful. And then we've got, of course, the main total market cap chart itself. Trading above the 50 EMA, 5 and 13 have pulled back down, and they've just done a straight recovery of the red vector candle. But no follow through just yet. Treaty beyond belief. I'm a fight market makers. RNLT. It tells you part of maker makers and make it fun for us. Am I part of the market makers? Oh, I can't tell you that, man. Nah, I ain't part of the market makers. Here we go. 48,800. You know what, guys? Sad. Look at this. Sad days. Look at this. Sad price action. Doing nothing. 200 is flat. 50 EMA is flat. Daily open. Seems to... Can't even come beyond those points. Where's the book map? Sad days, man. 48,300. 113 Bitcoins put in that range. They cancelled that other 111 Bitcoin in this area here. Where are we at? 20 more minutes until 4 o'clock. If we haven't seen the move... At 3 o'clock, we ain't going to see the move, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to quieten down. People, here you go. Dollars moved up, but gold is still holding. That is nuts. Bitcoin's moving up. Dollars moving up. Gold's moving up. What's going on? You see the result of trading this time of year. Can you look at Litecoin and explain what's just happened? What's happened at Litecoin? Actually, let's actually look at Luna for a second. Oh my days, Luna's taking a bleed. Ow. Ow. Poor Luna. Recovery of the green vector candles. Yesterday's high, range daily low is above range weekly high. That's crazy. They've gone beyond. Look at that. Look at that for the respecting of the range daily high. They pinned it. Look at that. That is despicable. Pinned the range daily high and rejected that range. Patrons, look. FTD right there. And I can't say what FTD stands for unless someone can enlighten everyone. What was that you're looking at? Bitcoin pumping higher. Let's have a look. Is it moving higher? Here we go. Daily open test. Come on, guys. Check this out. Look. Daily open. Pull up Bookmap. Where we at? Drifting up. Okay, cool. Daily open in sight. Recovery of the wick. Don't wick out. If it comes and takes this area here, because the thing that we've got as well is there another attempt for them to try and build more shorts above that zone. Look, man. Come on. Very interesting play, man. Interesting play. Dollars moving up. Gold's moving up. Bitcoin's moving up. Something's brewing. I don't like it. Trump what? Trump just announced he's going to run again. Wow. Look at stop hunt rise. Gold's moving up. Here we go. This is where we understand the true play. Come on, man. Do something. There it is. Failure to deliver. Nah. It's another one. You can see it. Gold's coming up. Recovery of that wick. $113, 106, slowing down on those. Santa's getting his coal and his stocking. It's S&P moving up high, yeah? Let's have a look at the SPX. Boom. Shifting up, man. They must like that. Gold's moving up as well. That's what I don't like about it. You can't have that. You can't have that sort of play. Dollar index is tanking. The dollar yen is moving up. Bitcoin spiked the daily open. Again, 2 hits to the daily open. Could that be a little mini M formation? Let's look at Bitcoin on the smaller time frames a second just to understand what's going on. It's a 7-minute chart. 5-minute time frame. Stopping volume candle right there. Second attempt. FTD. Is that an FTD? Blue vectors. How aggressive they're moving now. Come on, man. What you got for us? Tino, explain why I shouldn't have shorted before that stop hunt rise. Minimal loss might be a good lesson. Why you shouldn't have shorted? I mean, look, it's on you to decide to take the short, but when you're trying to test this strategy, you use small amounts of money so you can get the luxury of being able to test it as often as you can. All right? Tino, which trade are you in now? Wow. Well, principally, if dollar is down, Bitcoin should be going up. This is what I'm saying to you. Like, look, dollar's rising, Bitcoin's pulling back, gold is rising up. I don't like it. I don't like the disparity. So it's because they're moving money into gold. Gold is a safe haven. All right? But Bitcoin's rising up. Well, sort of trying to rise up, but they've rejected the daily open twice, man. 2 notable areas on the daily open. That's a big thing right there, guys. 2 rejections of the daily open. All right? That's a problem. It needs to break above the daily open for really to determine the true conviction of price going higher. It's not doing that. I'm not seeing it just yet. They may even do it later, but they're not doing it right now. And we want it to be done now. No, look, I am in a trade, but I'm just trading a light position in BNB. All right. I don't want to get myself caught out in these mad areas, but I'm just doing this for you guys to help you put things into perspective and understanding the relationship between trading at these sort of times in the year against trading when things are actually back to normal square one, you know, normal price action. All right. We're light volume across the board, guys. So we're going to see lots of fake plays coming into action. You know? DJ, switch off. Ask yourself that question. Gold is moving up, man, and this is what dollar yen. This is interesting play. Front and temporal dimension. What do I see on Bitcoin 15-minute time frame? What do I see on Bitcoin 15-minute time frame? I see the daily open is still being a point in the chart which they can't break up above. Okay, 50 EMA is being rejected once, twice in this candlestick right here. We've got the red vector zone right here, which they may try and come back up towards to initiate the shorts at a higher point using the liquidation points of the guys who went short over here, realize the return on the longs on the red vector, and then try and come back down again. But gold is moving up too much. Yeah, yeah. Been in along with BNB, what, for the past 4 days now. Okay, here we go. Rejection again. 3 pins, guys. Look, 3 hits. 1, 2, and 3. Don't like it. Gold's moving up. Dollar's slowing down. Bitcoin's spiking the range. It's too... Look at the speed at how price moves. It shouldn't be happening like that. It needs to be nice and smooth. I did mention it, my friend. I've had to reduce down the intake. That's what I've done. Happy days, Gandalf, man. Look at that. What's going on there? I'm going to be ending the stream very shortly, ladies and gentlemen, because I've got to tend to my daughter. Now, look. Here we go. Stopping volume candle right here. FTD. All right? Is this an M formation that's going to play? 50 EMA is flat. That's a problem. It's on the 4-minute time frame. 3-minute time frame. Development of vector candles above the key notable areas, not showing a conviction follow through. Gold's coming and recovered that whole red vector candle. At the start of the stream, we initiated and waited to see if that was the case. Then dollar is likely to come back down. They've been marking up shorts, getting ready to break down. Okay, so that will be very interesting if that's going to happen. Bitcoin by principle should follow direction. It should follow the direction because Bitcoin and dollar seem to be doing the same thing. Just look. 1-minute time frame, big green vector candle above the key notable area. No follow through on the daily open. 800 EMA acting as a resistance. I don't know, man. They're taking their time. They are really taking their time. Bid crypto. Thank you, my friend. The takeaway for you, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Avoid getting yourself into marginal plays. It's quiet across the board. Look at this. Look at this price action. It's despicable. All right? Absolutely despicable. 10 minutes is going to reveal the purpose of what we are waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye out on the 4-hour candle. In 10 minutes' time, we've got a wick on the 4-hour candle. So just proceed with caution on that basis. Okay? Today for the Bitcoin price. Love that. Move. Here we go. Momentum's coming in. Gold's moving up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love you and leave you. Be sure to like and subscribe. And we will be going live later on tonight to summarize what's been going on. All right? Mad love and respect to every single one of you. Thank you very much for passing through and sitting through this stream. And I hope it's actually served some purpose. But just keep an eye out on price action, guys. The daily open seems to be a bit of a resistance. If we see a clean break above it, wait for the retrace. Continuation to the upside. If you're not getting that behavior, ladies and gentlemen, then we only favor one thing. The liquidity. All right? So just be mindful of that, ladies and gentlemen. They can't break above the key area in the chart, which they've been trying to hold above for quite some time. Are they building the shorts? Are they going to get ready to release them to initiate a markdown phase? Okay? Have yourselves a wonderful day, guys. Mad love and respect to every single one of you. Peace.